Welcome, Justyna.
Hi, Kasia. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nice to hear that. So, our first question, how you would describe Scrum in one sentence?
So I would say this is a framework that supports the team to deliver effective projects in a cycles, and then to have the feedbacks from the stakeholders to build the best product they can.
Perfect. Justyna, you're a Scrum Master. You know everything about Scrum. And what about the fact, just imagine a client that hasn't worked with Scrum before, and what are the most significant challenges that such client could face?
Yeah, so basically the clients who are totally unfamiliar with Scrum may face several distinct challenges, like starting from adjusting to a new mindset, because the biggest, let's say, hurdle often is the shifting in mindset. So clients accustomed to tradition, project management methodologies like waterfall might initially resist the iterative and adaptive nature of Scrum. So that is the one point. The role clarification. The roles of Scrum, such a product owner and Scrum Master, might be new concepts for them. So basically, this is the implementation of totally new roles and the responsibilities. And understanding these responsibilities and boundaries of these roles can be challenging at the first glance. Then the expectation of detailed upfront planning. And in here, clients might expect a detailed plan for the entire project duration, like it is in the traditional frameworks, while Scrum emphasizes adaptive planning and prioritization based on evolving requirements and feedback. So this is also another challenge. The next one could be active engagement. So Scrum requires regular involvement from the client. So not only the developers, but the client itself. So especially in backlog refinement and sprint reviews. And this level of commitment might be different from what they've used to in the past. Are also embracing transparency, because Scrum emphasis on transparency, that means obstacles and changes are open discussed. So we have the open topics. We have, of course, in the traditional management, we also have risk analysis and so on. So this is also not something quite clear. But here we are unsettling if a client is not used to such direct communication, because here really the communication is really straightforward. What's more, I have also two more points, understanding iterative value, because in the traditional parts we have going from detailed design, then having analysis, then development, testing phase, and then releasing. Here we have receiving a potentially reasonable product at the end of each sprint. So much faster, much more frequently than in the traditional way, and that may be also something unfamiliar. Yeah, and the last point, I would say, that would be a fear of losing control. So the flexible nature of Scrum, where changes are, I would say, even welcome, because they are based on the feedbacks, might make some clients feel that they don't have too much control, and I think this is the kind of thing that they may struggle with. So, but basically, it's crucial for us, the practitioners, to like the Scrum Agile practitioners to recognize these challenges and provide the necessary support, because of course there will be some challenges there, something that is blocking, but by the support, education, and like helping clients navigate the Scrum journey successfully.
Mm-hmm. So you already answered my next question, actually. How does the Scrum Master could help clients in overcoming these difficulties? You told me that by education and simply by helpful hand and being in the process. Do you want to add something more on the subject? How actually Macrix can help unexperienced clients?
Yeah, basically we employ several strategies, I would say. Yes, so like starting from the education, as we already mentioned, and workshops if needed. So we initiate the transition by conducting educational sessions. It really depends on the client, but yeah, sometimes it is like just a small workshop. Sometimes it's like showing where the client can learn something about Scrum. It really depends, as I said, about client. But also what we can have is a dedicated onboarding. So we allocate dedicated time for onboarding if needed, where we walk the clients through the Scrum processes and ensuring that the gasps, the nuances and expectations associated with each stage. So here also is a kind of like helpful hand from us, and of course like regular daily communication. So it's also, I would say, very helpful for that, because then the open and frequent the open and frequent communication. So by maintaining regular touch points, we ensure that any concerns or misunderstandings are addressed promptly. What's also the tailored implementation. So understanding that every organization, every client has its unique culture and requirements. So we don't enforce, I would say, one size fits all approach. And instead, we tailor the Scrum implementation to best fit the client's environment while preserving the core principles of Agile. So it means that we observe how the client works on daily basis, and then we try to have a kind of like transition, so like smooth transition, not just a like very big change from the scratch. And also by, I would say, like the feedback loops. So basically after each sprint or key milestones, it depends. We encourage feedback sessions. So it is kind of like retrospectives that allow us to understand what's working and what is not working, and what adjustments might be needed. Ensuring the continuous improvement. And transparent reporting to ensure that the client feels in control. So even if they are worried about that they are not controlling, then we make sure that we do the reporting, that we provide transparent tools, dashboards, some kind of like statistics, that they feel that they understand where we are about the roadmap or so on. And the last point, I would say, like celebrating small wins. So so also to have something like fun from that, and recognizing and celebrating like even small successes along the way, that helps in building confidence in the Scrum process and reinforces the value that it brings. So I think that it is also important not to only focus what we don't know, but also to enjoy the journey that we all have.
The journey.
Yes, yeah. So this is like what I really like in here is like when we are starting the project, for example, as we are talking with the client who doesn't have any experience, and then seeing the all improvements, the all development. It is really great to be a part of that, because then I see the results, that it's really helping the client and that it's really working. And as I said, at Macrix, we consider ourselves, like us, like the team members, as a partners to our clients in this, I would say, journey voyage or something like that. This is
I'm speechless. You already convinced me that the next project I should have in the Scrum methodology. But one question comes to my mind. Do we have something like ideal project for Scrum? Can you just maybe tell me which factors should project have that we simply say, okay, this project we should lead in Scrum methodology?
Basically, it really depends, because we say that the Scrum is the best for the complex projects complex projects that changes. That we cannot predict everything in the first stage. So it is too hard to analyze everything, to do the whole analysis in the very beginning, as we use in traditional methodologies. So here we try to convince and to have the support, to convince the client to have the support from the stakeholders to create everything together. And that takes place during the reviews, because we have, after each sprint, we have the review sessions where we present the results of our work. And then the client, the stakeholders, they have possibility to verify what has been done, what is the ideas. So they add also some kind of like ideas what could be improved, and maybe they also find out like in their minds what could be, because for example just after having the first verification of the application or the project, they can find some kind of like new solutions. So we say that the complex projects are the best.
Complex when it comes about aims, or complex when it comes about, I don't know, domain knowledge? What can be hidden under the complex word?
I would say it's hard to say, because the complexity it's mostly from the client's perspective about the requirements. So it can be, as you said, the spectrum of the requirements, and can be the solutions that we don't know how to deal with something. So this is why.
Okay. And do we have a Scrum guide or maybe another resources that are available for business professionals who want to familiarize themselves with the Scrum methodology? What can you recommend us?
So we always guide our business professionals and clients towards the best and most authoritative resources available, and the primary recommendation would be the official Scrum guide. So basically, we have the document that is, I would say, the essence, or that captures the whole meaning of the Scrum, defining the framework and its various components, such as roles, events, and artifacts. And this
I saw this book. Yes, it's a little bit long.
No, I would say it's not that long. It's just like 18 pages or something like that. So I would say this is like the essence.
The essence. Okay. But you also told me that there are some onboarding sessions available for our clients. And I think that this is something that could help better to understand the methodology.
Yes. On one hand, just like being familiar with, like getting familiar with with the Scrum guide, because this, I would say, this is the basics. But on the other hand, for people who are not who don't have any experience, who just have the first meet with the Scrum, it's better to have a kind of like also some kind of trainings, workshops, communication, and with the clarification what actually it is. And of course, we have also like plenty of online forums, like the communities, platforms dedicated for to Agile and Scrum practices. That can be beneficial for the discussions, clarification, so on. But here I see the role of the Scrum Master to, because not everybody needs to be like a fan of the Scrum or to be like interested after hours regarding Scrum. I think in here the very good is to have experienced Scrum Master or Agile coach who would help, who will support to learn the nuances about Scrum.
So about this experienced Scrum Master and support, maybe can you share your insights into how Scrum functions across different time zones, or maybe how does it work in Scrum methodology when you're working 100% remotely? Your tips, do's and don'ts.
Yes. So basically, working with Scrum across different time zones and in like 100% remote setting certainly comes with its unique set of challenges. Yes, that's of course. But it also brings about some interesting opportunities, as I would say. So as the
can you give us the example?
Yes,
I think
of course. Yeah, of course. So like the challenges, I would say, yeah. So this is the time zone synchronization. So this is like, of course. So the first step is ensuring everyone is clear about each team member's time zone. So this is like, I would say, the basics, and setting regular meetings like the daily Scrum at the time that's acceptable for everyone. This is crucial, and like I would say, this is basic, but I also noticed that not everyone understands that. But basically, I would say this is the first one. Yes, so to have common meetings, regular meetings together, everyone from the, if possible, because now in my project we have people from India, Poland, Germany, and Brazil. So we have a very short time slot that we can have our common meetings, and that's around 1 hour. So we need to be like very motivated, and then to have this time really booked just for the meetings, for the matters that needs to be consulted with everyone. Yeah, and here we have the point about the overlapping hours. So it is, as I said, beneficial to identify and utilize a few overlapping hours, work hours, where the entire team is available. So this time can be used for the collaborative activities like essential discussions, decision-making meetings, something like that. So this is like I would say this is the core of collaboration. And if possible, also recording sessions. So if possible, because I know that not every company does that and can do it, but if possible, then if not all team members are available for the Scrum meetings due to time zone differences, for example, then in such cases, the recording essential meetings, maybe not everything, but the essential meetings for people who cannot attend the real-time meetings. So if possible, it is also something like helpful, but I know that it is when it's doable, it is great, and this is really helpful. Yes, and in a 100% remote settings, So what is here important is to have, of course, the effective communication tools like matter like Slack, Zoom, Teams, or whatever. So that enables the team, the collaboration, like regardless of the location. But I think here, like at these times, this is kind of like basic that we use it. The transparency, of course, because it becomes even more vital when working remotely. So use project management tools that offer full visibility into work progress, allowing the team to stay on the same page and to see what is like going on the daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. And regular check-ins. So this is also something that is essential in that kind of work, I would say. So because the remote work can be isolating somehow, so having regular, even informal check-ins with team members, I would say it is important for building and maintaining relationships. So even sometimes having small chats with
like virtual
with
coffee.
others. Yes, like virtual coffee, or just like icebreaker before some meeting, or like using 5 minutes just for asking what is like the weather in Brazil or something like that. So this is
Do you
also
play
something.
games as well, like together with the team?
Basically, we don't play the games because of the time zones that we have. So we have just 1 hour. So we are focusing really on the things that are really essential for the client. But we have the icebreakers, for example, before the retrospectives. We have some kind of like maybe not games, but just like the time for us to icebreakers. So the time for us that we are not just focusing on the task, talking about the task, about the work, but also about the things that are not that related to the tasks. Of course, it takes like just few minutes. So then this is kind of like building a good relationship between the team members. But I really think that is kind of like valuable for people. So then they like working together. Yeah. So I think that this creating the culture of a team is really important, because then it's easier. Yeah, it's easier. It's more fun to work with people that you like, and that you like spending time on, also during the meetings. Yeah. So, and you asked me about the do and does, what to do, what to don't do, and regarding the do, I would say like establishing the clear communication guidelines, like so because it is essential to set expectations about response times, availability hours, about preferred communication channels. So I think that here it should be somehow described, or maybe like discussed together with the team. Yeah. So then everybody would be on the same page, and to work similar. So for example, that the communication, like the all communication, like daily communication, should be via Teams, or maybe that in comments in Jira or whatever. Yeah, so it really depends on the team. I think that the team should decide about this kind of rules, but for sure that would be that guideline would be helpful for the team. Yeah. So and what to don't. Not to assume everyone is available at all times. Yeah, because especially during the work, the different time zones. So respecting the working hours of others, because life work balance is also really essential to be productive. So here, so schedule meetings in advance to even, for example, if someone is starting like very early the time. The working day because of other country, it is to understand that to understand and to be to feel empathy, I would say, to other team members, and to be kind. And yeah, I think that is really they're really supporting. Yeah, and I have like one do and one don't more. So
Okay.
the first do is to ensure regular retrospectives. So basically, this is the part of Scrum that after each sprint we have the retrospective. So that is the meetings that we talk together, that we find a way what to improve, what to change in a way to be more productive, effective, and to work to have work to make work easier, I would say. So the retrospectives focus on the challenges and the benefits of remote work, and making adjustments as needed. And don't overlook opportunities for relationship building. So that is, yeah. So we can organize virtual social events or information sharing sessions that allow the team to bond, I would say, in a more relaxed setting. And I think that helps the teams that are remotely, that are working in different time zones, to be to make the work easier.
You mentioned before something about effective team, and I'm wondering, do we have a number of people according to Scrum methodology that the teams are the most effective?
Yes, basically this is like from 5 up to 9, but this is what the guide says, but it also, so this is like the best size of the team. If it's bigger, then it would be better to have splitter to sub teams and that are working together because of the efficiency of the meetings and the daily communication. So there is a kind of hint. But so this is like on one hand, but on the other hand, it also from my perspective, it depends on the team, on the people who like all the time zones. For example, if we are like working totally in different time zones, like I don't know, Australia and Poland, then I would say it would be we should decide by ourselves, what would be the best size and the best collaboration. Because then if 4 people would work in Australia, 5 people in Poland, then maybe we can have even more people. So it really depends on the specific specific project, specific clients. But like in general, we have like from 5 up to 9
people.
Yes.
Okay, Justyna, I have got one question about myths and about the true of sprint methodology, but I think that we will make a short break. Okay?
Yes,
Okay.
I approve.